Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope 2023 is treating you kind so far. Now, if you happen to be a first timer on this channel, we do a lot of fragrance reviews, but I do throw in lifestyle content in form of vlogs. So if that sounds like something that ticks your boxes, guys, please do consider subscribing. I'd appreciate you becoming part of the family. To my returning subbies and supporters, thank you guys so much for always rooting for me. Kindly follow me on Instagram. I go by the name CeeChronicles there. Now, I have 12 fragrances in front of me. These are 12 designer fragrances that I feel should and will stay in my collection for the longest time. Of course, this is subjective. So if you disagree with one or two, this is not an open argument. I mean, this is just based on myself. Now, I'm going to show you the ones that I like designer-wise. And let me just cap it here and say, while I was checking for some of these fragrances, I did notice that some of the houses fall under luxury. But I just had to throw them here because I'm going to do a luxury one as well, a top 10 or top 15 luxury for life. But I had to throw some here as well, like for instance Gourmand. So whether you want to call this designer or luxury, I just put it on this list. Number one is going to be Gourmand Intense. Guys, this has been a staple in my collection. I have this, I have backup bottles of it, I have the EDT, I have another one that has rose. I just love the scent profile of Gourmand, but the one that I will always have in my collection is this one. The Intense is a double dose of vanilla and of course that lavender. It also gives off like ambery woodsy vibes, and of course it does have a ton of other notes. But I find that this fragrance is sexy, it's elegant, it's classy, it's flawless, it screams boss lady, and for that reason I thought I should show you that this is one that will always be in my collection. The second one is going to be Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Joie. This I picked because of how it is summery in nature. I get a little bit of some greenness here, just a little bit of some greenness. It has like an aromatic, like a fresh, spicy top. It also has a little bit of some citrus there. And it has that, I think it's the mint and the Amalfi lemon that does the most at the top. I know this bottle has been changed, so if you got a different one, that's okay too. I love this fragrance, guys. It reminds me of water, just like it's called Aqua. It's a fresh, lovely scent, blue, summery, that kind of vibe. So if you like that, or you are in a climate that's quite hot, this is definitely one that I would recommend, and for that reason I thought to put it here on my number 2. The third one is Montpellier Intensiment. I'm not sure if this one is still there or it's been discontinued, guys. This is not too groundbreaking, I've got to say. The profile is quite generic. If you smell this, you probably, know that I've smelled this a couple of times, or you've smelled it before. It is jammy. It is like your jammy rose, your ultra fruity scent with that rose and vanilla. So if you've got to love rose to love this, but I like the way the rose has been done here. It is thick and sweet and almost gives me like just a little bit of incensey vibes. I had a choice between this one and buying La Nuit Trésor, which I had raved about for a long time, but I opted for this one instead. La Nuit Trésor, of course, is from Lancôme, but this one is from YSL. I opted for this one instead because I found that this is a rose that I don't get tired of. And again, this is another good, ideal night scent or date night scent. So that is my number 3, Montpellier Intensiment. The fourth one, guys, to my nose is the Perfect Vanilla. This feels like everything that I hoped Kayali Vanilla 28 would be, but better. Not that I have a problem with Kayali Vanilla 28. I just love the way D Squared 21 went on to put like a spicy kick to it. This is going to be your loud vanilla scent, but it does have something that feels a bit woodsy there. And of course, those spices. So it is definitely one that is done in such a way that you don't get like a vanilla like you're baking cookies or something. They have put a little bit of some sophistication in there by adding those woods as well as the spices. So my perfect vanilla that will always be in my collection is D Squared 21. Now, number 5 to me screams old money. This fragrance, I'm gonna have to say this is mature. This is Angel Muse by Mugla. I don't know how they came up with this composition, guys. It's a Gourmand, but when I say Gourmand, it doesn't feel like your ordinary, like walk in the park kind of thing. It does have your cacao there. It feels a lot like Nutella. If you take a jar of Nutella and you put it there, it feels a lot like that, and has hazelnut as well as the cacao, like I did say. But it does not smell basic. This smells like I am grown, I am put together, I know what I am doing, I'm a mature woman. I actually have two backups of this because that's how much I love it. I have a 30 ml and I have another one that's almost through, and then I have this one. So Angel Muse by Mugla, guys, is my number 5. The 6th one is almost in the same vein as in terms of being gourmand, not in terms of smell. Okay, so Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo. I'm going to just spray this here. Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Choo, guys, is... I get toffee from this. It has like your beautiful, very beautiful toffee. It is a patchouli bomb, but it also has that pear and other fruits there. So it gives off like caramel vibes to it. It's sweet. It's a mood lifter. It does have that yummy toffee that you can smell. Yeah, the 6th one is going to be Jimmy Choo by Jimmy Number Choo. 7, guys, is going to be Gucci Guilty Absolute Parfum. It's the blackberry in here that's doing the most. This fragrance is mouth-watering, but what I like about it, it's very youthful. In as much as it does have like a somewhat of a unisex appeal, leaning 80% feminine, it is gorgeous. It does have that cyprin there, but the cyprin is not enough to pull it to becoming a green scent. It keeps its youthful nature, its fun nature. So it is a very beautiful pick-me-up scent, and it's on my number 7. Number 8, guys, is going to be this one. I will always have this one in my collection because before the niche snobbery took over, before the experiment with a lot of fragrances in my collection took over, this was my utmost favorite. Lancome's La Vie est Belle. I'm pretty sure up to now this is one of the best sellers out there, you know, whether we like it or not. So I love it. It's fruity. It is a patchouli bomb. It does feel a little bit gourmand, but I just feel that I need to have this in my collection, and otherwise my collection wouldn't be complete. And yes, I would purchase a second one if I finished this one, because this is one fragrance that I felt was artistry in terms of perfumery just by smelling it. Okay, a lot of people say been there, done that, but I think it still has, you know, a place in a lot of people's hearts as well as myself. So La Vie est Belle is on number 8. Number 9 is going to be this baby here, Elisab Le Parfum, but the Essential. Okay, this is everything this one isn't, and by far they are not. I cannot even compare the two. If you don't like the pungentness, the powderiness, the overly orange blossomness, the honey that is in here, you may want to try this one, Elisab Le Parfum Essential. This is soft. It's, you know, apart from the Elisab Le Parfum Lumiere, I think this would have been the one that I would have gone for if I had known of this first, but I discovered this after. You know, I had bought this after everybody was raving about it, only to discover that this one, to my nose, is a way better fragrance. So yeah, Elisab Le Parfum Essential is a beautiful floral to my nose. It is well blended. It is ultra feminine. It has that patchouli there. Distances itself from the original, which is one thing that I like the most about it. It doesn't have an overdose of anything. It just feels soft, feminine, and pretty. And I am definitely going to get a bigger bottle of this for when I want florals and that Elisab DNA without, obviously, you know, going for the original that actually chokes me out in a way. My number 10 is going to be Cashmere by Chopard. This I'm keeping because it's a venti. I'm going to try and bring venti fragrances within my collection here for those who like venti perfumes. This is your venti, but it is fruity forward. If you're looking for a fragrance that's going to be prominent in your mango and your peach, as well as some mixed fruits, but sits also on that vanilla bed, this is definitely going to be something that you may want to consider. Keep it for nostalgic purposes. It reminds me a lot of the time, you know, growing up and stuff, because people used to smell of this. If I'm not mistaken, this is a 1989 or 1990 composition or somewhere thereabout, but I know this is about 30 years old or something like that. It's been reformulated, but it still smells good to me, and the price point is perfect. So if you're looking for a perfect fruity scent with that vanilla and a little bit of some wood that is vintny in nature, then Casimir Chopard is one for you. Now the next two, which is number 11 and 12, are going to be honorable mentions because they are softies. And believe it or not, I do like soft perfumes. I know when I come here talking about a lot of Latafas, some of them are so very pungent. Latafas, Middle Eastern fragrances are very pungent. This is a latest discovery, one that I have just added to my collection. Guess Bella Vita Rosa. There is one that is not Rosa. There's just an ordinary one, and then there's this one. This has this beautiful florals that translates to nothing overpowering, something soft, something summery. There's a magnolia there that is beautiful. In as much as the magnolia is mixed with that lily of the valley, the jasmine as well, it just translates to gorgeous floral. So it's not like one that's going to be too much in your face or headache inducing or something like that. It will just lift you up. It is effervescent in nature, fun, and also an easy reach. And to top it off, it is very affordable. So guess Bella Vita Rosa is going to be in my collection for a pretty long time. The last one is Goldier, Bouvari Goldier, the Roman Night. This fragrance, in as much as it's soft, there was something that kept on drawing me to it. And I said to myself, I'm going to buy a bottle. I'm going to buy a bottle. And then I bought the first one, finished that one, and then bought this one. I love this fragrance, guys. This has got a mulberry, the way mulberry smells like. I grew up in a home where there was a huge, gigantic mulberry tree. Now, if you take mulberries and you put them to your nose, you will know that they're not overpowering. In as much as they're sweet, and there is that smell that smells sweet, I feel Bouvari Goldier, the Roman Night, translates the mulberry the way it should be translated. So for a lot of people that see this as a very weak fragrance, or you know, it's packaged in black and all that, I think it's all about the mulberry, guys. Honestly speaking, I think what Bouvari was trying to do here was to just interpret the mulberry the best they can. And of course, the color being black, I guess they had a choice of black or maybe a burgundy or something. And I know that some mulberries are like this kind of black. So this is gorgeous. It's light, it's an easy reach, but it's elegant. It's like a skin scent that is just so elegant. So when you don't actually feel like a fragrance wearing you, this is one that is actually so ideal. So that is my number 12, which I know for certain will always be in my collection because I'm now on bottle number 2, which is this one. So there you have it, guys. I had 12 designer fragrances within my collection that will always stay in my collection. So you can call this 12 for life. These just do it for me. I love them. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to compile more compilations like this as a follow-up to this video for those who want to know the top 10s and the top 12s. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have yourself a blessed day, evening, night, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.